Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and Atalanta have just destroyed, humiliated, and annihilated Sturm Graz 5-0 in their Champions League game, and they have taken a giant step towards qualifying for the next round. So let's go ahead and talk about it. I mean, it was quite a one-sided game. It could have easily been, 10-0 as well, the way that the game went. It was Atalanta really were on top of that game, and it is not a surprise. Let's be very honest with you. Like everybody expected that. It was going to be an easy win for Atalanta. Sturm Graz already out of the competition, and this loss has made sure that they are out of it for 100%. Even with no outside chance of getting back into the next round. The game, if we look at the game, it started on a good level, it on a good tempo. Both teams really going for it, and basically Sturm Graz had the first big chance of the game with Kamara almost scoring. How he did miss that chance, I have no idea. I mean, he defeated, he beat both the defenders, and he got away from the goalkeeper, and he somehow scuffs the shot wide. If he scores that goal, I think it would have changed a game a little bit, but I don't think it would have mattered that much because Atalanta were on different level in that game. I mean, they had 25 shots on goal, 19 on target. That's how good they were. And Kamara misses the chance, and 1 minute later, Ratiki on the other, on the other end goes ahead and scores that goal, their first goal for Atalanta. Quite a good, well-worked goal, and becomes 1-0 for Atalanta. And then it becomes like Sturm Graz's main idea was to just defend, to not concede any more goals, and they defended very well in that first half. They made sure they don't concede much for the Atalanta had almost the entirety of the possession for the first half, and they just kept on creating chance after chance after chance, but they were just not able to break Sturm Graz down after that first goal. And we go into the second half, and it was basically the same in the second half as well. It was only Atalanta playing, especially in that first half. I think in the second half, sorry, in the first half, Sturm Graz showed a little bit of heart. They wanted to get back into the game. It was at 1-0. They really thought that they could get back into the game. So they made approaches. They wanted to get back. They tried to create some chances, but it did not happen for them. Second half, Atalanta come out, all gun blazing, and they take the lead. Not literally 10 minutes into the first half. A great, dummy by Quadro, a great cross from him, and then Velasic, he scores his goal, and it becomes a 2-0 for Atalanta. And at that point, still, it was not looking that bad for Sturm Graz. Even though they were not scoring, they were still playing a good amount, good football. They were trying to create chances, but then that third goal goes in from the Catalayer, and that was basically that. It was a game done and dusted, it was basically over. You could just feel it that the game is done, and it felt like Atalanta sort of pulled the brakes after the third goal. They really did not want to try to go ahead and make mistakes, if I'm being very honest with you. The next 10 to 15 minutes, they created chances, but it was not as aggressive as they were before that the third goal goes in. And right at the end, I mean, they just up the level. It just shows how good Atalanta are in terms of attacking. I know their recent form in the league has not been that good, but we need to be sure like they went on a 12-game winning streak, and then the last month has not been good for them. In this game, they showed how mature the team is, how great the manager's technical awareness is. First half they were quite cautious. They scored the one goal, and they tried to create and score the second goals, but they were not able to. Second half they come out guns blazing. They score a couple of goals, they make it 3-0, and then they just relax and just seeing what Sturm Graz can do. They were not as aggressive as they were before the third goal, and then the last 5-10 minutes they increased the tempo yet again, to put even further pressure on Sturm Graz. And then Lukman scores that fourth goal, and Brashini scores that fifth goal, and it becomes a 5-0 for Atalanta. I think it was a great performance, professional performance, a top class performance, especially a 5-star performance from Atalanta. They get those 3 points that they needed, and then it is certain that they're going to qualify for the next round. The main question is whether they are going to be in that, the top 8 bracket, or then they are not going to be the 9 to 16 bracket, or the next, in between those two. It's going to be quite interesting to see the match day 7, match day 8, sorry, what happens during that. But they have given themselves a great shot to finish in the top 8. I think they will be really happy with their performance. Sturm Graz, I think you cannot say that much, that much about that. It was expected, like everybody thought they were going to lose. They lost with quite a big margin. I think that they would be really sad, especially after that performance in the first half. They would have thought that they can still manage in that second half, and I think at 3-0, especially they would have thought that okay, 3-0 is done. Like they wouldn't mind. 3-0 defeat is a bad defeat, but as compared to a 5-0 defeat, I think they would have taken 3-0 at that time. So they will be quite disappointed that they kept on considering, and especially if you look at especially out of the 5 goals that they've considered, I think the first goal that would have easily been avoided. The third goal they were not able to get the ball out of it. The fifth goal as well, I think the main goal that was basically, you could say, that Atalanta created, and it took special planning or special creativity from Atalanta was the second and the fifth goal. I think the first, third, and fifth goal, it could easily have been avoided by Sturm Graz. They were just not able to get the ball out of their area, and they ended up conceding it. I think that is something they have to work on. Unfortunately, they are already out of the tournament, but they still have a game left, so they would hope that they can perform better in that one. Atalanta, on the other hand, it was a great performance. It gives them a lot of confidence, not only for the Champions League but for the league. As I said, their league form has not been that good. They have not won in the last 4 games, 3 draws, and they lost over the weekend as well. So it was an important win for them. 5-0, 5 different goal scorers. So all their main players, like Lukman scores, Rategi scores, the Catalier scores, all of them chip in with the goals, and it was an important, a commanding performance from Atalanta, and sort of performance that you would expect for a team challenging for Syria, for a team who won the Europa League last year, and the team who's really trying to make a name for themselves in Europe. And I think they would be really happy, and now they would hope that this performance continues in the league form as in the league as well, and they can get back to winning this. So because they really don't want to lose out on that title challenge. They have worked really hard. I still think it is between the top 3 teams, Napoli, Atalanta, and Inter for the title. So Atalanta know that how important their next games are. They need to come back, and I think this performance is going to be give them a lot of confidence. As I said before, when you have 5 different goal scorer in your team, and your 3 main players have scored as well at an important level. Sorry, especially when the team is struggling mentally. They came in this game with a lot of not in a good form, and a lot of pressure, because people thought that they were there might be an upset on the card, but it was not. As they turned up, they did their job, and they got the win. And I think it was an important win for them. And as I said, they have already made, in my opinion, I think they are going to win the next round. It's just whether they're going to be the top 8 or the for they have to play the qualifier to go into the round of 16. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens in the next games later on in tonight, and then tomorrow's games as well. So it is looking quite juicy at the moment. So yeah, that's it from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, what you guys thought of Atalanta's performance. Where do you think they are going to finish in the league after match day 8? Let me know in the comment section below. And who were you most impressed in this game from Atalanta's side? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers as quickly as possible, so please go ahead and help the channel out and subscribe to it, and make sure, as I said, subscribe to it. And until next time, bye bye.